My name is Chuck Dodge, and I'm here today interviewing Mandy Lender of the Saginaw Harvey Spalding Toastmasters, a club that's been around since 1950. We're in our 64th year, and the interview today is about why I am a Toastmaster for life. Let me introduce to you Mandy Lender. Mandy, why are you a Toastmaster for life?
Well, Chuck, I discovered a few years ago Toastmasters, and in my background as a practicing physician, I realized that I missed quite a bit by not practicing routinely public speaking and seeking opportunities to speak in public. Toastmasters is a non-profit organization run by volunteers. It's a non-collegiate educational organization that provides for a nominal fee a life tool to people, and very few on the big scheme of things recognize that. On the other hand, many talented men and women that I know of were members of Toastmasters, very famous celebrities. For example, two astronauts like Walter Schirra and James Lovell. Another example is the late Speaker of the House, Carl Albert. In our area in Michigan, Paul Orifice was the CEO of Dow Chemical, and he was a Toastmaster and left a legacy in Dow Chemical Company of Toastmasters clubs. And what I found out is something that I do not want to give away again. First of all, I acquired skills of public speaking that built upon themselves over time. And as a result, I keep on gaining endless confidence and self-assurance when I speak in public. It is amazing. Sometimes I flow over and leave the self-confidence and go into a little bit assertiveness. It does not help.
Sure.
The second reason is when we help the organization in managing it and running it, we acquire leadership skills. And that's important in and by itself to some people who do not have other opportunities to practice leadership. The third thing which makes me very enthusiastic is the ongoing opportunity for networking. Toastmasters is an amazing opportunity to go out, meet people, make friends, influence people, and enrich our own life by looking at others, learning from others, and making contacts that last for life, like you and me.
Yeah, absolutely.
We met through Toastmasters.
We sure did.
The fourth thing is the addiction to public speaking, and that's a personal confession, but that's the truth, and I'm saying it as a professional medical doctor, is that after you speak in public, you have a rush of adrenaline and excitement and self-fulfillment that makes you feel so good that you want to repeat this particular experience, physiological experience, again and again. So some Toastmasters do not give up on any opportunity to speak in public.
Well, and I'm one of those. Let me just interrupt you for a minute, and in talking with you and being a Toastmaster myself, I know that the educational program is just immense. As a matter of fact, I've coined, I've said this phrase over and over again it was said by Helen Blanchard, if you get out of Toastmasters all that you get out of Toastmasters, you'll never get out of Toastmasters. Go over some of the programs or the material that could be found in Toastmasters. What are some of the projects that we could encounter?
This is another mind-boggling asset that Toastmasters International has. It has a total of 16 sets of workbook manuals in various areas of public speaking and oral communication. Essentially, each workbook contains 10 or 5 projects in different subjects, and I'll go into that with some examples. But the point is that you have a total of 85 projects that you can practice and try and present to fellow Toastmasters. So there is everything there. If you're a college professor, your teaching abilities and skills are enhanced by what you practice at Toastmasters. If you're interested in drama and theater, you have an opportunity through the workbook of storytelling and interpretive reading, reading monodrama, reading drama, and so on, to enhance your skill in theater play. If you're an engineer or a technical person, architect, and you have to make some technical presentations, you have a whole workbook of projects where you can practice or be taught how to make technical presentations. If you are part of management and you have to deal with labor management relations, labor relations, you have a workbook that helps you deal with labor management relations, and you learn how to do that. I like in particular the workbook that has several projects for speaking to inform. I like the project of impromptu speaking, speaking off the cuff. I pride myself as a Toastmaster that you challenge me by some topic and I'll talk to you for at least 7 to 9 minutes on, or as closest to the subject. And I am not concerned about the audience. You can bring me in front of 10,000 people in Madison Square Garden and I'll manage. So everybody can benefit from the rich training library that Toastmasters International has and developed over its 90 years of existence. And keep in mind, no university, to my knowledge, in its oral communication programs have a teaching library that is so rich, and no university have public speakers as experienced as Toastmasters International.
The program certainly is immense from the communication side, and you mentioned the leadership, and I just recently they've added that component, so it allows people to not only improve their communication skills, but leadership skills that would help them in, if they're, whatever their jobs may be, it certainly will help them get those promotions they needed. And really, I call it learning to promote yourself is what the organization would provide.
Absolutely. One of the things which I have done in the last year and a half is that I had an idea, I took the opportunity, and I took on myself to represent Toastmasters in the structure of the Chambers of Commerce, in that case in mid-Michigan. I acquired membership, and when I'm asked, so what is your business? I tell Chamber of Commerce community, well, I am representing a non-profit organization that is like any other in the community of Toastmasters, and I have opportunities to speak, I have opportunities to meet people, as we do during breakfast, during business lunches, during after-hour meetings, and so on. So it is up to the Toastmaster member to create opportunities for advancement for public relations. And the organization really encourages us to be ambassadors for Toastmasters International.
Absolutely, and I know you are definitely certainly you carry that message as an ambassador about the program. Let's just talk a little bit about the investment in terms of, if you will, money, and how it plays out in terms of what the cost is, other than the person's time, which I believe is really important as well. Just just give us a general overview as to what could the person expect in terms of joining a Toastmasters club.
Well, Toastmasters is organized in terms of local clubs, and there's a nominal fee for membership in the club. And let me give you some examples. A 6-month membership fee is roughly on the average of $48, 36 of which go to Toastmasters International. But the point is, think about it. You sometimes buy subscriptions for a newspaper, even a good one. Say you buy a subscription for the New York Times, just a weekend subscription. You pay about $36 for those 4 weekends, 5 weekends in the month. Sometimes you read all the New York Times, and sometimes you don't read it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here you get 6 months of membership with opportunity to learn and practice your personal advancement skills for 1/6 of the price. My membership expense is very small. It's $96 a year. And it opens me doors in chambers of commerce, in universities, meeting new people, going to new clubs. We have a friend, as you know, that has a mission. He wants to speak in a Toastmaster club in every state of the United States. And he keeps on working at it, and he's successful.
Yeah, sure.
So the club works in a homey environment, home-like environment. It's without pressure. Nobody has to be afraid to stand up and speak because nobody is going to be really criticized. Sometimes you get to hear a glow, you did a good job this way or the other way. Or sometimes another member will tell you, well, I would have done it a different way. But at the end, you're an authentic person and you speak the way you speak. You cannot be somebody else. So this is an opportunity to practice of being yourself.
Absolutely. One of the things that I share with people is that God forbid that a friend of yours passed away and you're asked to give a eulogy and turn it down. That is one situation you really don't want to say no to because there's a good chance you might regret it. So prepare yourself and get ready to speak, and the answer is always, yes, I will. I'll speak. And any closing comments, Mandy?
Well, I just came to the conclusion that there's no better two people than you and me to have a public conversation, which we enjoy right now. And you have to admit that we enjoy what we're doing.
Absolutely.
In spreading the gospel, if you can say so, of Toastmasters to the public. And again, this is the reason why I will always be a Toastmaster member for the rest of my life. I keep on learning, I keep on doing, I keep on practicing, I keep on meeting new people. New people enrich my life, new people are helped by me, and we all growing as persons.
Well, that concludes our conversation with Mandy Lender today on why I'm a Toastmaster for life, and we'll see you at a Toastmasters Club soon.